Welcome to Belgium for the third round of the 2021 Tour European Rally Historic. The 61st edition of the ConXion Omloop Van Vlaanderen Rally, Tour of Flanders, is held on the stages of the northwest Belgium, hosted in the historical town of Roeselare. Aigle in Switzerland, together with Arezzo in Italy, Roeselare in Belgium, A Coruña in Spain, and Antibes in France, will host the events of the 2021 Tour European Rally Historic, the new concept of rally series in Europe. After the second round in Italy, French Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger, with a Ford Escort RS, are the Pre-81 leaders. Guy Trolliot and Sébastien Moulin are in the head of TER historic J1 J2 classification with a Porsche 911 3.2. The 61st edition of the ConXion Omloop Van Vlaanderen runs over 2 days, 19 special stages, very difficult, on the Flanders typical roads. Among the protagonists in Roeselare, the leader of TER historic Pre-81, French Philippe Jordanengo, winner in Switzerland and in Italy. The Belgian Stefan Stuyff, with a Ford Sierra Cosworth, and the friend of TER Danny Kirchhoff, with a BMW M3, who will try to win in his home rally.
Avec cet équipage français ici sur le chapiteau avec une Ford Escort MK2, c'est Jordanengo Philippe.
Oui, bonjour, bonjour à tout le monde. Alors, oui, effectivement, c'est le troisième.
Hello everyone, yes, this is the third round of the TER. I never came to drive here, we never drove in Italy, we never drove in Switzerland, now we did. Thanks to this organization, and I say thank you to the TER, the Tour European Rally. I also say thanks because with the TER we discovered magnificent regions. Here, there aren't the roads that we know well, but we will try to do everything, to try to drive as well as possible, especially for come back and be here on Saturday evening, at the end of the rally, so we can bring more points in the championship. Well organized.
Van Stal wat een kleine kloof heeft gemaakt in het kampioenschap. Hij zal deze derde wedstrijd uiteraard ook willen goed eindigen.
Well, we would like to do a good race. Last race we did with the car was Ypres historic, so we won that rally. Everything went well there, so we will try to repeat this here. But yeah, competition will be tough. A few fast, good riders, so will not so easy as it looks.
I live about 10 kilometers from this place, so I do know this place, but it's not always because you know the region that you're the fastest. So I'm not going to be the fastest, but I'm sure I'm going to have most fun. And this is the most important thing for me. So no stress, I'm going to drive my own race and I won't look to any result until tomorrow evening. So that's my purpose.
Seven special stages await the drivers on the first day of the 61st edition of the ConXion Omloop Van Vlaanderen Rally. For the first time on Belgian roads, Philippe Jordanengo tries to score the maximum points in Roeselare and win the TER historic Pre-81 title. The French crew starts slowly, but grew stage by stage, and closes the first day on the lead of TER H Pre-81, and fourth in the overall classification. The second place after the first leg in the Pre-81 is for Jamin's DAF 66 Marathon.
En 200, rechts 10 over top, rechts 10 over top. En 150 links 30 verlaten en laatste baan met licht. En 400 links 10 à fond. Links 10 à fond. En 150 rechts 15 lang en rond. Snien en bloemsnien. En 100 links 12 snien. Links 12 snien.
In TER Historic J1 J2, Danny Kirchhoff and Christoph de Jong take the lead of the standings in the second test, when SS1 winner Stuff is forced to abandon the rally due to a front differential problem on his Ford Sierra. In the overall classification, despite having won 5 stages out on 7, Bjorn Syax, with his BMW M3, took 1 minute penalty before SS2, and on the last stage of the day had a gearbox problem, and leaves the battle. The fight for the leads shift between Leiter's Opel Manta and Mayert's BMW. The two alternate leading the races until the 7th special stage, where Mayert has to abandon the fight due to a problem with his BMW, and Leiter ends the day in the lead. Behind Kirchhoff, who is second overall, the Ford Esker RS of Kirchhoff, which precedes the twin car of Jordanengo and Oosterlink. In the 2021 Tour European Rally Modern Rally, the entries are enriched by the presence of big names from Belgium. The 2 Skoda Fabia of Sebastian Batteret, winner 2019 in Roeselare, and Adrian Fernmont, and the Volkswagen Polo are 5 of Vincent Verschuren, co-driven by the expert Philip Cuvelier. Among the protagonists in Roeselare, the Ford Fiesta are 5 of Bert Koen, the 2 Porsche 997 of Lefevere and Vandenabele, and the leader of TER 2-wheel drive, Spanish Edgar Vigo. First day of competition, 7 special stages await the drivers.
Moins corde jette, droite ferme 60, corde jette, 50, droite I, 50, sommet sur 40, gauche 60 moins.
first stage, Fernmont and Verschuren are the fastest and set the same time, 8/10 ahead of Bederet. Sebastian Bederet reacts immediately and takes the lead in the second special stage. The Belgian is again the fastest on the successive test and, after 3 special stages, the Skoda driver leads the rally by 3.9 seconds on Vincent Verschuren's Polo and 4.8 seconds on Fernmont's Skoda. Andy Lefevere and Mark Knopp, fourth after the second special stage, are forced to abandon the rally due to a mechanical failure on their Porsche. After Lefevere's retirement, Bert Koen takes fourth place, 1 minute and 17 seconds behind the leader. Fifth, 10 seconds behind Koen, is the Porsche 997 of Tour van den Abel and Stijn Strager. An amazing fight between the top 3 drivers of the standings in the middle of day 1 promises a special rally for the TER. The challenge continues with Bederet reacting to Verschuren, who was the fastest in SS4. The Skoda driver wins the 5th and 6th stage, loses 4/10 in the 7th, and closes the first leg in the lead by 5.1 seconds on Verschuren. Fernmont doesn't abandon the fight for victory, and in all stages remains very close to the leader. The Skoda driver closes the day in 3rd place, 11.7 seconds behind Bederet. Also interesting, the battle for the 4th place in TER between Koen and Van den Abel. The Ford driver, in his home rally, tries to manage the 4th position. After SS6, Van den Abel arrives at 5.4 seconds from Koen, who reacts and closed the day 8.3 seconds ahead the Porsche. Edgar Vigo, for the first time on the Belgian roads, tries to manage his rally and also tries to learn the difficult stages of Flanders, which are sometimes very tricky for the drivers. Sebastian Bederet and Hans Delorge lead the TER standings after leg 1. 12 special stages await the crews for the second day of competition. Bederet starts the day with 5.1 seconds over the rival Verschuren. He signs the second time in the first stage of the day, 3/10 behind the Volkswagen's driver, but he cannot lose the attention, and he must continue to push hard. In the following special stage, Bederet goes off the road, and is forced to leave the rally. With 8 stages to go, Vincent Verschuren has to keep pushing, because Fernmont will try to win until the end. Anything can still happen. In the overall classification, Gisland de Medius wins the VRC in Roeselare. After a third place in the first round of the TER in Switzerland, and first in Spain, Spanish Edgar Vigo and Fatima Amanero win the TER 2WD classification in Roeselare and become the 2021 TER 2WD champions. In the fight for the third place between Koen and Van den Abeel, the Porsche driver overtakes the Fiesta after the 14th special stage, but when it seems that he can manage his advantage in the last stage, has a technical problem, loses 6 minutes, and leaves the third step of the TER podium.
Au blanc, sur 90 tes gauche 100 mini-fit gravier.
Adrian Fernmont and Samuel Maelen try until the last stage to cover the gap with the leader, but after an amazing rally for them, take a good second step of TER podium. With a fantastic race for them. Very fast from the start, Vincent Verschuren and Philip Cuvelier, the Volkswagen Polo R5, win the fourth round of the 2021 TER Tour European Rally. The 61st edition of the ConXion Omloop Van Vlaanderen.
Push en je komt terug. Zware Polo!
Yeah, it was very difficult and slippery race. It was not the same as Ypres. It's more slippy here, but the car is better than in Ypres. I feel better. We had a good setup. I feel one with the car again, and I could push from the beginning. And this is what you need here because the level is very, very high. Okay, I'm very happy. I got first place in TER, so very nice. Thank you.
Vincent Verschuren, Adrian Fernmont, and Bert Koen is the TER podium in Belgium. Ivan Aries leads the TER championship after the fourth event. The Flanders region awaits the crews of TER Historic for a long second day of competition. With Danny Kirchhoff leading J1 J2 TER and Jordan Engo in the TER H Pre 81. In the overall classification of the 61st edition of the ConXion Omloop Van Vlaanderen, Leiter dominates the second leg. He wins all the stages of the day and wins the rally, ahead of Kirchhoff and Jordan Engo. After an unlucky finish for him on day 1, Mayer takes the 4th place with his M3, ahead of Kirkov's Ford Escort by just 1.3 seconds, after 213 kilometers of special stages.
Links 25 niet op bal met rechts. Links 25 niet op bal met rechts. En 50 rechts 20 vlot.
With a great home rally for them, Danny Kirchhoff and Christophe De Jong win the TER historic J1 J2 in Roeselare. In their second participation in the TER, second time on the podium for the DAF of Pierre Jamin and René Byers, second in the TER H Pre 81 classification. Third rally in the 2021 TER and third victory for them. The French Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger become the 2021 TER Pre 81 champions.
Et le poule encore une fois sortir de la voiture à nouveau pour ramasser ses coupes de TER.
Très content d'avoir fini ce rallye parce que
We're very happy to have finished. I'm free now, because it was not easy yesterday. I was a little discouraged. I had to be careful. I hope that next year the organization of the TER don't make rally in the night, because I have white hair, and I can't see more at night. It was very, very difficult last night. I had really a lot of courage. Thank you. We are leaving Belgium with important points before the next rally, the next meeting. It will be with pleasure. With more corners.
Ook nog de mensen hier op het podium van de Tour European Rally bij het historic gebeuren, want ook zij hebben nog enkele...
Well, yesterday it was a very difficult start and we had a lot of concurrents in the cup we're driving and TER 2 and also in historic championship. But unfortunately it's 250 kilometers and the race is 250 kilometers, and if they are no luck to win the race, then we come in front. So we are very glad and very happy.
Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger are the TER historic champions. Who will be the TER historic J1 J2 champion? Come to the French Riviera next October, and you will know.